three, four things. Let's just sort of explain to you, let me explain to you in very layman's terms how we view things. First of all, typically on a tower, in terms of subscribers who use, you can't really load more than 700 at the lower end up to 1500. That's the average, okay? Now, how do you load more subscribers? Obviously through technology that allows you to share not just the tower, but even the active. But, put just simply, that means that for 500 or 600 million subscribers, India would need 500,000 or 600,000 towers. But that doesn't add up, because what will start to happen is that if you have too many tower companies and they're going to offer too many towers, and as you will see when you drive from Bombay to, let's say, Pune or Goa or anywhere out of Bombay or any city, you find typically in a short area 5 or 6 telecom towers, many of them underutilized. So yes, consolidation will occur. Even in our own case, between Aircel and Reliance Infra and GTL, we will have to consolidate our portfolio. We'll have to reduce the number of towers. This is to begin with among tower companies. Telecom operators own towers in many areas that are not necessarily part of a tower consortium. The third thing that I see happening is very clearly tower companies among themselves will have to get into cooperation agreements. To my mind, India doesn't need 500 or 600,000 towers. The meaning of neutrality or independence to us is we should bring the number of towers down from 500 or 600 to 300,000. That would mean lesser consumption of diesel, that means lesser consumption of power, that means lesser cost of security, and what that means ultimately is lower cost to the consumer. So after paying the kind of money for BWA spectrum and 3G spectrum, if telecom operators are going to look for lower costs, which they will need desperately to lower costs of data to the end user, they will have to share the infrastructure very aggressively. So what this means again is that if we want to grow, on one hand, the data services, in the US for example, iPod and iPad have meant that the tenancy of American tower companies went up from 1.7 and 1.9 to almost 3 in less than a year. So the more the data you want to pump out, the more the equipment that they will be on top of the towers and the more the usage will be. And this is a quid pro quo. On one hand, you may need more towers. On the other, if by reducing the towers, you can lower the cost for operators, which in turn ensures that more tenants use the tower. So I think we are going to focus on more tenancy. We're going to focus on lower operation and maintenance costs. We're going to focus on green energy for the towers. That's what we would want to drive. And that's why I think the fit from Reliance comes in, because of their exposure to energy, that they can really work with us on trying to give us necessary guidance, advice, and innovation that's required to be able to cut costs on the energy side. This is the game plan that we want to work towards.
Last question. I mean, you've mentioned the word green tower quite a few times. A few lines on what exactly you've got planned out in terms of making the environment, I guess, cleaner and greener.
We are hugely committed to saying that if you're going to allow 500,000 towers in our country, you would probably be consuming 4 or 5 billion liters of diesel. We don't believe that's healthy. We don't believe that's good for the environment. That will, probably generate 1 million ton of CO2. We are saying that a group of people in our company are now interested with the responsibility of saying, how can you make sure that whilst you electrify as much as you can, that you use alternate source of energy, whether that's wind, whether that's solar, whether that's any other means that you're talking about. On the other hand, we have another team working towards saying that there is two sides to consumption. One is demand and second is supply. Can we work towards innovation in a shelter that reduces the amount of energy? For example, if you have air conditioners in the shelter that lower the temperature, if those air conditioners are going to be with compressor, then they're going to consume a lot of electricity and also generate a lot of heat. So there are many such things. It's not just about renewable energy. It's about basically innovation, and not necessarily invention. It's about redefining what's going on there in that whole ecosystem. And you have to understand what this means for us. 100,000 towers will mean $1 billion power purchase agreement, because this power flows through us. It's something that we hand over to the electricity companies. Can we sort of capture it? It's an opportunity. On the other hand, if we can lower that cost, operators will want to do more and more business with us. And that's where we are focused. And the first step in that direction is, like, we have taken a couple of sites, maybe 3,000 of them, and we are moving towards making them green. The cost is high, and the payback period is longer. But I can tell you one thing, that as we have three tenants on that network, as we work towards lowering the costs by increasing the scale of, going towards more and more green towers, we will sort of focus that most of our towers by a particular year are completely green.
Right, and so is there a target in terms of reduction of operating costs per tower, which...
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure that analysts would want a figure like that, which is at least a target.
Not everything for us is analyst driven, but here's how we are looking at it. I think first of all, as a responsible corporate citizen, we have to commit towards reduction of CO2. The second important part that we are seeing is that in a contract like Aircel, we've committed firmly that in a period of 3 years to 5 years, we would take on fixed energy costs and lower the energy consumption over current levels by a minimum of 8% now to up to 17%. So the aim is to reduce energy consumption by 20 to 25%. So first the focus is on the demand side. Obviously anything else you can do on the supply side that can move more towards being green is welcome. It's being worked on. And it's not something that just we are working on it, but many companies around the world are working on it. So, this venture is not just about neutrality and independence, it's also about making sure that we have a strong commitment to reducing the costs.
Right. And finally, is it likely that you'll have another investor, perhaps a global player coming into the company?
I think there is meeting of minds on one thing, that if we want a neutral and independent company, then I just can't tell Arcom that you can't be shareholders. Obviously from their standpoint, if their strategic interest has to be protected, they want to see lower and lower and lower costs over a period of time of the tower, the O&M, the maintenance, etc. That's what every operating company would want to see. And in order to do that, we have to have more users. So yes, those who use the network, strategic investors for example, or private equity in some cases, are something that is not off the agenda, but I must confess that is not required to close the deal.
Right, Manoj, thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thank you.